Okay, well, we are getting ready to go on our couple of day backpack trip into the wilderness area here in Utah. And so we're getting our backpack ready. We've got our full curl frame pack, and we got the big bag, and we got the day pack. The big bag is going to strap on, and it will carry our sleeping bags and our food and our pads and things like that, our extra clothes. And then the day bag will strap onto the back of the big bag, and it'll have all of our essential stuff in there, water purifiers and matches and things like that. And once we get to base camp, we'll drop the big bag and hook the day pack onto the frame so that we can go out and go scouting. All right, well, we have got a few more hours and we will be out of here to get into the Uinta's backcountry. So looking forward to this. Got to grab a few last minute things, and then Jacob and I will be on our way. We got Denny and Ethan and a couple other guys coming up tomorrow, and they will meet us up at camp. And we're gonna have a great weekend in the Uintas. All right, we're loading up the last of our stuff. We'll get on the road. A few day backpack trip into the Uintas. Go do some scouting. What do you think, Mom? Are we crazy? Maybe. All right, Jacob, grab that water right there off the top. Put it in. And let's go. We are finally out of town. We got some fuel, and Jacob got a creamsicle shake, and we're on the road finally. So we are packing into the Uintas, about 9 miles pack in. We'll get there, get to the trailhead, I'm guessing about 6:30 tonight, and start walking, and probably won't get to our camp spot till 12:30 tonight. So should be a good pack in, but we should be right in the middle of it tomorrow and be able to find some animals. The reason we're doing this whole thing is because a while back I was doing some e-scouting on Onyx Maps. Great program, by the way. If you don't know about Onyx, you need to check it out. But I was doing some e-scouting between Onyx Maps and Google Earth, and happened to find a whole herd of elk in this spot in the Uintas. And so the aerial photo that was taken was this weekend 2 years ago. And so we want to pack in and see if those animals are just living there in that area, if they're there all the time, or if it just happened to be a spot that the satellite caught them on aerial photo. So that is the purpose of this trip, and we'll pack in tonight. Denny and Ethan and a couple other guys will be packing in tomorrow. They got obligations first thing tomorrow morning, so they couldn't come tonight with us, but they'll be packing in, and they will meet us at camp tomorrow afternoon. So should be a fun little weekend for all of us, and so come on, join us. Love that. Yeah, there's a little bowl right there in the corner. Any other bowls?
That one right down there.
We have made it to the trailhead. We're just filling our bellies with our dinner real quick, and then we are on the way out. So it's about a 9-mile hike from here. That'll put us there, I'm guessing, around 12 o'clock-ish tonight. We'll be walking in the headlamp in the dark, so it'll be fun. No? Alright, Jake says it won't be fun, but I think it'll be fun. No, they're all loaded up, and we'll hit the registry here, and we're off. Let's just hope that I can keep up with this kid tonight. Well, we made our first initial climb right out of the trailhead. I think it's just about a mile and just over 1,000-foot elevation gain. Oh, that was brutal. Talk about a hike to get you hunt ready. That was it. Anyways, we got a few more miles to truck on, so we better get moving. How was that, Jake? Did you like that hike? No?
No.
Yeah, that was a tough one.
Tired.
Yep. All right, let's go. Yeah, it's been brutal. We're on a little bit of a downhill here to the river. I think we're pushing the 3-mile mark now. And we've been going an hour and 15 minutes, so we're moving along pretty well. We got a long ways to go though, so Jacob has done gone and left me. I'm hoping he's sitting down here at the river waiting. Whew. How long you been here? 8 minutes. I didn't do too bad then. We're to the river crossing here. I think it's about 3 miles in. Jake did it in about 1 hour and 20, and I did about 1 hour and 30. But I had a first time I've ever been hiking. I got a cramp right in my butt cheek. Oh, son of a gun, it hurt like a... It hurt. I had to take my pack off and stretch and walk around for a minute. That was brutal. So let's just hope that doesn't happen again. We are just about dark. And Jacob is still out walking me. He's a mountain goat. He just goes and goes. But I don't know if you can see it, but right through here, there's a little meadow. And of course Jacob got there before I did. And what'd you see in the meadow?
There's 2 bull elk. One was a 300-inch 6-point about. The other one was a little smaller, but it was a 5-point. So
cool. 2 big bull elk, and I missed it because I can't keep up with him. Pretty sweet. I figure we got another. We're right at the 2-hour mark. I think we got about another 2.5, 3 hours to go. Well, we made it up to the lake. It's right here. We still got about another mile to go. We are an hour behind schedule. I got really slow that last 3 miles. It took us a little longer than I thought it was gonna. I think I burned myself out on that first big climb. But we're still trucking. We're gonna got another mile or so to go, and we'll camp for the night. How's it been, Jakey?
it's been long.
You sick and tired of waiting for your old man?
No.
Poor kid's been walking behind me, pushing me, trying to keep me going. We got our sleeping quarters in now. I'm right here in my slumberjack, and Jake's right there in his King's Camel bag. So, hey Jake, how much fun did we have on the way up here? Just barely.
Quite a bit.
Quite a bit. How come?
The eyes in the trail.
The what?
The eyes. Scary eyes.
There was eyes in the trail.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So yeah, like Jake said, we came around the corner in the trail, and I looked up and said, Jake, get your gun, get your gun. And there was a pair of eyes staring at us. So both Jake and I both pulled our guns out, and it was only, what, about 50 yards up the trail?
Yeah.
And our headlamps were just barely hitting it, and you can see the eyes up there in the trail, and we could not tell what it was. It wouldn't move. We yelled at it, get out of here. Jake picked up rocks and threw them, and it wouldn't move. Made us a little nervous. Figured that deer and elk would have taken off running, and whatever it was, it just sat there and stared at us. Well, it's a beautiful morning. I didn't sleep too much after that awesome little scare last night, but it was a good night. Got our tent all cleaned up, packs are all loaded up, and we will head on up and get to where we're setting up our permanent camp, and then we'll go check out meadows like that, see what we can see. We got to our first meadow. We have a cow elk out there. She's right over here. She's all by herself, so. There's one right there. Where? Okay, further right. Oh, she has a cow with her right there too. Well, there's about 10 of them right there. Look like mostly cows and calves, but that's a good sign. Well, we have made it to our camp spot, and let me tell you, this is beautiful country. We had about 10 elk standing right where I marked our camp on the Onyx maps. And if you don't know Onyx, you need to check it out. That is an awesome program. I found this little spot, and I marked it, and then I shared that waypoint with Denny and Ethan, and they'll be able to walk right to it this afternoon when they get here. They'll know exactly where we're at. So that's a sweet feature to be able to share back and forth waypoints and things like that. So, anyways, we got our packs off, and we're going to look for a spot to set up our tent. Good for that one. Well, we made it to camp. Got the tent set up right back here, and we're just gonna have some breakfast. 8:30 in the morning. Beautiful morning. We saw what? 20. No, we saw more. I'd say close to 30 elk. There was 10 in that one group, and there was 10 right here next to camp. So we saw probably close to 30 elk this morning, and a couple of deer. So it's been a really good morning, and we have got a beautiful spot right here to camp, and we'll buzz up this way after a while and go look around. All right, start that sucker back up and give me some water. Well, we found us a good spot to sit and glass for the rest of the afternoon. It's 1 o'clock, so we got a long time, but we're just gonna chill here and glass. Well, We moved positions just a little bit, got a little bit higher so we could see a little better. And I'll be darned if there isn't 5 elk that I can see right now, right where that picture of Google Earth has them sitting. They're a ways over there, but there I can see 5 of them right now, and I know there's more than that in there. That's a pretty good sized little meadow in there. So we have a question for you. We want you to put it in the comments below. How many of you have ever had the experience like Jake and I had last night? As you're walking down the trail in the dark in a headlamp, and you see eyeballs staring at you. How was that, by the way? What'd you think?
It was scary.
What was your first thoughts when I said, Jake, get your gun, get your gun, get your gun?
I was like, why?
And then he looked up and saw the eyeball staring at us in the trail.
Mm-hmm.
But I tell you, walking up the trail further, we were by like a bunch of little girls shaking. And, it was kind of interesting for sure. Well, we ran down and grabbed our packs and the spotting scope, and by the time we got back up here, right over there in that spot, there's now 20 of them in there. Cows and calves and a couple little spikes, Jake says. So I'll put you on the phone scope. So they're laid down all over in that grass in there. About 20 of them. And that is the exact spot that there was a huge herd. I would guess there was upwards of 80 in that herd that I found on Google Earth right there in that same spot. Just crazy. 3 more just walked out. Do your e-scouting. You can find this stuff. It's pretty awesome. Onyx maps, Google Earth, and then go put your boots on the ground and go find them like we just did. Oh yeah, he's nice and wide, dude. Yeah. Wish the other one lift his head up. Which one's bigger of the 2? I don't know. So we now have 3 bucks right there. There's one still just bedded in there. So pretty nice. That's exactly where I figured they'd come out tonight. It's right there in that little meadow. Put you on the phone scope here. What's the one that doesn't look like?
I think he's a 4-point, about like this one. Might be a little wider.
Good buck, dude. Good forks. Back right's a little weak. Like him to turn his head though. It'd be nice to see. He's a good buck right there. Not much. He's only a 3-point frame on this side, on that left side.
There's only a 3-point frame on both sides.
On both sides.
Nice and white though.
That's a great picture right there though.
And he's got eye guards.
See him chewing his cud. The 2 together. There's those other ones that must. I don't know if you guys can hear that or not, but we were sitting here watching those bucks, and all of a sudden 2 of them that were bedded in the bushes got up, just busted out of there, and they've moved clear over here now. But I can hear a pack of coyotes in there. Yep, that's what I got. That's what moved them. We were trying to figure out what the heck had moved them. Then all of a sudden we heard those coyotes. There's those dastardly coyotes. See him right there in the middle of the screen. It's a big coyote though. Alright, you Utahns that have spent time in the backcountry, in the Uinta Wilderness, we just showed you a clip of those coyotes that we thought were coyotes. They sounded like coyotes when we first heard them, as they skirted across there. We showed you a video of them. Do we have wolves in Utah? Put it in the comments below. Those were awful big coyotes. We are off for day 2 scouting. Actually, it rained a little last night on us. It's kind of cool. So, but we waited up for quite a while for Denny and Ethan and those guys to show up, and they never showed up. So I don't know if they got held up, didn't get out of town as early as they thought or what, but hopefully we'll be able to meet up with them today and tell them a little bit about what we've been seeing. So other than that, me and Jakey are on the road. Back up to our spot location. We run into 3 or 4 deer on the way up. But we got cows and calves feeding all over out there. There's cows all the way across. That's that big 3-point and that nice 4-point from yesterday. Jake says he's found the other 2 as well, so where are they, Jake? One on the right's bigger. Yeah, I don't know. They're both pretty nice little bucks. Skinny though. Gonna put some more water in there. Level that out a little. No, sun's come up. We're going to boil us up some water and cook us some oatmeal for breakfast. We'll hang around in glass for a little while longer and then go back down to camp. See if those guys have made it yet. He's got good forks. Front ones are crabby, but they're long.
Yeah, that's good.
Well, look who finally made it to camp. A day late, but they made it.
Yep.
See where his tent's sitting right here? That's where Jake and I's tent was setting half hour ago. We took ours down, they put theirs up because me and Jake are headed out of here. But we got tents over here. I think Ethan is going, he's chopping down a tree to put his hammock up. Okay, maybe just a couple limbs. But yeah, they're gonna have a good couple days because it's decided it's gonna rain on them. We had beautiful weather, now it's gonna rain on them. And Jake and I will bail out of here and get home, and these guys will go find some more animals for us. Well, we are packing up and headed out. These yahoos are staying here for another day. But we're on the road, so you guys enjoy the beautiful mountain. Woohoo! Yeah, we are down and out. Within 100 feet of the car, and I don't know if I'm gonna make it. What'd it take us? 3 hours and 40 minutes to come out 11 miles. We were moving along pretty good. And Jake's been here probably half hour, a little fart.